Today I'm going to be doing a video about 10 craziest hobbies that people like to do. Like I have hobbies, play basketball, do YouTube. These are my hobbies. But people have some super extraordinary hobbies. And I'm just like, okay, okay, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice hobby. Yeah, it's crazy. People like to do. You know what? Let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it. Alright. Top 10 strangest hobbies in the world. Okay. Number 10, cooing. This guy, let's do this go for ages, basically. We all know there are people superb at imitating animal calls, but believe it or not, there is such a thing as competitive mooing, so it's actually competitive. Shockingly, these contests tend to take place in rural locations noted for their dairy, like Wisconsin, and wherever British people keep cows. Number 9, faking your death. This guy likes to do that. His hobby is faking death. Chuck Lamb is better known as the dead body guy. He wanted to be an actor, but unlike most aspiring actors, he was able to admit himself that he wasn't very good at speaking roles. So he went for non-speaking roles, namely the role of the corpse. Number 8, competitive dog grooming. Look at these dogs. That one looks like a damn tiger. We all know about dog competitions. What you may not know, is grooming a poodle to look stupid is a highly competitive subculture. Those photos you see floating around on the internet of a dog that looks like a ninja turtle or a dragon or a panda or a tiger, all real, all part of competitive dog grooming shows. Number 7, milk bottle collecting. This guy likes to go around collecting milk bottles. Poor Luke likes milk. Duh! Not as in he enjoys a nice cold glass with lunch. As in he's kind of really into milk as a hobby. So much so that not only does the former milkman and current dairy sales rep have a milk bottle collection, he's over 10,000 milk bottles. He actually had to build a museum to keep all of them. It's worth explaining that for decades, milk bottles would have various kinds of advertisements and art designs on them. So it's not just a strange hoarding thing. Number 6, soap carving. So basically carving nice pictures of soap like this. That's soap. Yep, the practice of criminals in bad prison movies is not just a character quirk, but an actual hobby. People take bars of commercial soap and carve them into beautiful sculptures, which they have to be carefully sealed or they'll kind of cease to exist. Number 5, tape art. Like tape recorders when you take the tape out and it's all black. Tape art. That's amazing. This is simple, elegant art of taking a cassette tape from like the 1980s, pulling out all the magnetic tape from inside the casing, and using it to create a portrait of the artist. Even as art hobbies go, this one is fairly obscure and only really got started a few years ago, but there are some pretty impressive examples of the form out there. Believe it or not, this hobby is actually becoming fairly common among the hip right now, and some impressive portraits have been done. It's just not for anybody who fears for the integrity of their prized, slippery when wet cassette. Number 4, train spotting. It's not just the name of a movie about a heroine, it's an actual hobby. Train spotting is exactly what it sounds like. People watch for trains, and when they see them, they write down the numbers of the train. Train spotters basically collect seeing certain types, tracking trains in certain regions, or seeing all the rolling stock from a certain company. Yes, that's all there is to it. Yes, this is a real hobby. Yes, more than one person does this. Number 3, naval fluff collecting. Yes, he collects these kind of things. Graham Barker collects his own naval fluff. He has a Guinness World Record recognizing his collecting of the stuff for more than 20 years. He started in 1984, keeps it all in carefully labeled jars, and has greeted every single question about why he collects naval fluff with. Why not? No word on whether he's ever gotten a reply like, because it's disgusting. Number 2. Extreme ironing. This guy crazy. Yes, as in removing the wrinkles from your clothes, that kind of ironing. People find weird or unusual ways to set up the ironing board to do so and iron their clothes. So he decides to go on a cliff and to start ironing clothes. Number 1, this is hard to explain. Hikaru Doro Dango. Or polishing dirt, that's what it means. If it sounds weird, well it is. But believe it or not, it's possible. Essentially, you make a ball of mud and draw out the moisture of it, while coating it with finer and finer grains of soil. Then you work the dirt by hand, polishing it into higher glossphere. You're making art with your hands, literally. So that's what it looks like when you take off all the dirt and stuff. Okay, people have been crazy hobbies. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the Daytona Community Bro, as they help us so much, and remember to shoot another video.